This is Killing Floor 3. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. As you can tell from the side there, we're playing the beta. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So, yeah, this is the return of Killing Floor. It was a bit of a fun surprise when this game got announced not too long ago. We get to enjoy the same zany, fun, exciting action that was present in, well, the previous Killing Floor games, which are a ton of fun to play if you haven't played the franchise prior. Highly recommend, from a console perspective, jumping into Killing Floor 2, the original just being on PC as far as I can recall. But yeah, it's a fun series where you're basically just fending off waves of enemies across a variety of locations. And it's just incredibly gruesome, crazy action. It's, yeah, it's gory, it's bloody, it's got slow motion action, there's huge explosions. It's great cooperative fun. And we're playing on an easier, kind of normal difficulty, but, you know, for having, like, a squad of 6, you should be able to handle larger, harder difficulties like hard and stuff like that. And it's fun all the same. So, yeah, pretty sweet beta. It's a bit of a, you know, tease, a bit of a taste of the experience. There's a few different maps. We've got 3 in this. This is the kind of the first level you get access to. It's sort of a streets area with a little bit of the world lore and environment from the Killing Floor franchise. Then there's one that's kind of set in, they say, the Rocky Mountains, and it's kind of like a facility, a dark facility, and you have your like flashlight that can kind of help. And then there's the other map, which is also kind of interesting. Something a little bit different from the other two. One sec, I'm just buying a gun. Can't really afford much, so I'll just get an assault rifle. So you gotta go to the trader between matches in order to buy armor, weapons, tools, everything like that. Yeah, pretty great selection there in terms of like depth for weapons and stuff like that. I should kind of stop getting sidetracked. And yeah, the other one, a little facility, like, trying to remember, there's like a naming convention for it. Yeah, it's like a warehouse kind of facility thing. Like, these are the streets, then there's the mountain facility, and then there's like a warehouse facility thing. So, assuming the full game has this selection of maps and more, which I imagine will be the case, we should be in for a pretty good time in terms of content. But yeah, that is kind of the game. You survive waves of mutant creatures, things get crazier, fight a boss at the end, and then you're done. And you do it again. And you go to a different map, and they do seasonal content, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Like, I genuinely highly recommend, I don't have a multi-tool, highly recommend playing the experience and diving into it. Can I get, no, I don't have a multi-tool, that's where the armor is. Gotta have a multi-tool, that's how you, like, iron, or, no, I wouldn't say iron, that's how you know, shut doors and stuff like that. And creatures can't get in, but yeah, this franchise is a blast. Like, if you have never played Killing Floor before, you are in for a treat when this game comes out. It's like kind of lagging right now, but I think it's like a server lag, because I was playing earlier and it was like absolutely, basically flawless for performance. So on the PlayStation 5 Pro, we have an enhanced experience, so PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced Killing Floor 3, you know what's up. 1800p dynamic, 60 FPS, HDR support, gruesome, bloody, gory, very clear picture quality, looks fantastic. As I mentioned though, like, I think this is like a server lag thing, because, yeah, when I was streaming it throughout the night, I didn't have any technical problems, except for like a few minutes off the bat, and I'm like, I think it's a server thing. Or again, you know, it is a beta, but yeah, it's a very, very nice looking, from what I played, well-running game. And it's a blast. Like, if you've never played the series, I keep going back to that, I do highly recommend diving into the second one to kind of get a feel for it, a vibe for it, if this is something that intrigues you. I get that it might not be for everyone, but for me, this is, like, a lot of fun. It's sort of like old school Call of Duty Zombies. It's old, like this franchise is old. It's been around basically as long as that one has as well, because that origins World at War. Yeah, this is like, this series has been around for a long time. But yeah, it's just good old, large scale, cooperative teamwork. do a round, kill a bunch of creatures, run to the trader, get some weapons, get some gear, do it again. And there's more enemies and more things. And this game is also really interesting, too, from a perspective. I'm sure some people are probably wondering, like, what exactly is new here. And you know, it's a beta, so it's like a work in progress. But when the full thing launches, I'm assuming I'm going to be back doing a full, kind of review of this. I hope so, as that will be a lot of fun. And, I've already checked out Killing Floor 2. I should probably do a new video of it on the PS5 Pro as well and talk about it again. Not just, like, closer to the launch to kind of get people excited. Or at least talk about it, it's kind of relevant then. But yeah, no, it's a great series. It's really, really quite enjoyable. Crazy gore, cool slow-mo, all that stuff. But there's a lot of depth here. It seems like it's kind of more of the same. To some degree, if you play Killing Floor 2, it does sort of feel like more of the same, but that's what sequels usually are. I don't know if it'll be enough for some people, but I do think they've actually got some really good depth here. It would have been cool to, like, personalize, like, customize your character all the way in this one, but it is preset classes. You can completely change how your class, like, there's different, like, outfits and everything like that you can get, and they're claiming battle passes that never kind of vanish or whatever. They did the thing in, that design was part of Chivalry, so if you played Chivalry, basically, they're going to do that sort of thing here, too, where it's a forever pass, and they add to them, you can work through them, that's what they've mentioned. So, pretty monetization friendly as well. Violent. It really is, like, it's a very, very gory game, which I love the aesthetic of that. But yeah, these grow a lot, and it just seems like there's a lot more depth with the personalization of your classes. They've got very, very extensive skill trees for every one of the classes, so like I play as a medic usually, but you could play as, I think there's several different class options, and all of them extensive skill trees that you can work through and build up and actually progress your character and get that sense of, what is that, a sense of pride and accomplishment or something? What's the EA quote? Oh, that kills me. Yeah, so you can get that vibe from this. And then you've all got, like, different super abilities and stuff. Like, I don't really need it right now. But there's, like, a heal shield that I can do, and I'll just throw it down for the walls. And it caused a bit of a huge mess here, eh? And then I got heal grenades, and I can buy different stuff for my class. But you're not locked to your class, too. Like, your class has specific guns that are kind of beneficial from your class, but as you saw, I bought this gun from the Assault class, and you can use it, and you can buy, like, a katana or something like that. They really give you freedom for, being a class, but also changing how your class does things or is able to contribute to your team, because it is about being a team. There's 6 of you. There's more than enough enemies. Normal mode actually seems to be pretty easy going. Which makes sense, because, normal is normal, and then it's hard, and all that other stuff. And then there's destruction on Earth or something like that. It's crazy, just really, really maniacal extra levels there. But it's quite cool. I like really what I see here. I think this has the full amount of potential. Just needs, because I was playing like a few hours of it straight, didn't get bored, there's only a few maps. It just needs more maps, like more levels. And we're good to go. Like, I am genuinely excited for this one. It should be a blast to do some streaming of it, too. They also seem to have integrated a bit of, like, a mission formula to this one, which is interesting as a concept. So, when you're playing the game, you have missions. And that's a new thing in this, in case you're wondering. So, okay, I'm going to upgrade, fill this thing, but you can see I got weapons, but I can buy from all the different classes. So it's like an assault class. Does it actually say what these classes are? That one's like a fire kind of class, and then that one's your engineer, your sniper, and then your ninja. And then I'm the medic. I think that's a pyro, yeah, pyro class, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. For sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, so there's like missions you can do. I'm gonna ready up. Assignments. But they actually have like missions where it's like a bit of a story. So you gotta collect samples, do stuff. I don't know like, I guess this fits into your supply pass, but I don't know if the idea is that they are going to integrate more lore into the game through that way. I mean, it would be kind of a logical choice to do that, but I don't know if that's the idea behind it or if it's just extra progression. Not a clue, right? And just kind of taking it in. You also have a hub world. So, and it's kind of weird too, because like the hub world, when you're matchmaking, you can't be moving around in the hub world, which is kind of silly because you should be able to move around the hub world and matchmake. Maybe it's a beta thing. I don't know. I think we're pretty close to launch, so this should be pretty much the final thing. I think they're just trying to, you know, scale it, find any glaring issues, maybe use this as a bit of a marketing thing. I think it's actually pretty smart. And like, I'm really happy with this. You know, Killing Floor 3 to me came out of nowhere. And it's truly exciting. It just kind of popped up and it's like, oh, Killing Floor, and then here we are, and it's coming out. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Because the previous one, Killing Floor 2, if you don't recall, that one was early access for quite a while. I remember playing that when it first came out, and then, yeah, basically finally released and went to consoles. And so a bit of a Killing Floor fan, like I said. I played the original on PC back in the day too, which was fun. Was I like stuck there? But yeah, I do feel like the beta is more of a, you know, get the people excited, show people what it is, give you some cool gameplay of it, and that's about it. I would say that I'm very satisfied though from what I've played. And these games are really cool. Going back to the, oh, you've never played Killing Floor before. This game has incredible seasonal content. So they typically do like events around every holiday. I'm assuming that'll be the same here too, but they'll be like Christmas, they'll have a really grotesque, weird Santa, or there's usually really great modded stuff too, like maps and things, and they take it a lot further, and there's just tons of community stuff that happens within the Killing Floor universe, which is really, really cool. It's basically like, it's a game you keep coming back to, which is exciting. You know, you kind of play it a little bit cooperatively, you have a good time with it, maybe take a break from it, and then come back and play some more, and it's just like fun, old school style. Where I was mentioning the Call of Duty zombie style of it back in the day, where you just tried to survive. There's a bit more focus here, right? Strategy and setup, because you are trying to survive waves. And the more intensive players, especially in traditional Killing Floor games, you would sit there and you would weld shut, that's the word, not iron. You would weld shut doors and stuff strategically in order to carve off paths from the creatures attacking you. And there was actually quite a bit of technical detail to this one and how you approached scenarios and challenges, and I always thought that was really interesting, as this game actually did have some depth to the survival. But it is a simple concept. Like nowadays, I do ponder maybe some will find it almost a little too simplistic, because you do kind of just, you know, sit there and you shoot the waves over and over again, and maybe some people won't be super hype about that, but it's a bread and butter formula that I really genuinely enjoy. Like, I think it's, to me, it's a great time. I guess I could sell this, right? I still can't afford any of the MP5s, or sorry, MP6s? Ugh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I could have at least got a katana or something. Okay, I'll save my money. It's wave 5, there's still time. But I love the look of the guns, the style of the environment, it's nice. The reflections they do are kind of intriguing, you know, but it's definitely a fact that I remember from Killing Floor 2 quite a bit. Yeah, there's just like unlimited potential with this game. As long as they come in with the steady amount of content, I actually should maybe buy ammo. As long as there is a steady amount of content in this game for the full release of it, I am genuinely thrilled. Like, I have no complaints about this. I think this is running really good, looking great. Great selection of maps, so far, good variety. I am hoping they do a little bit more, because it's kind of like futuristic tech focused, if that makes sense. I'm hoping there's more variety for biomes. that we get, but we're gonna have to wait and see till the full version is, right? Like, this is a pretty generously detailed beta, I would say, in terms of content and things you can do. Like, they give you the full scope of, like, the skill tree and that. Like, if you're a hardcore Killing Floor fan, you can really sit in here and kind of do, like, pre-planning, I would say, for the types of weapon trees and stuff you're gonna build, and yeah, it's got a lot going on with it. I'm just really thrilled. Like, I love this series. It's just fun to me. It's pure fun. It's mayhem, it's ridiculousness, it's action, it looks great, it plays good. I genuinely love playing this sort of thing. It's a really good co-op time too. If you can grab a bunch of your pals and actually play this together, you'll have a great time. I think it's pretty easy to also connect with randoms online and enjoy what this has to offer. Like, I do believe it's pretty accessible and easygoing. If you are playing on harder difficulties, it does get a lot more grueling. I don't know if we're making this look kind of easy here. It does look like it's kind of easy here, doesn't it? But yeah, this'll... Depending on if you have people that know what they're doing or something like that, it can get really grueling. And then you keep cranking up the difficulty as you get more familiar with it and you can handle it better. Or if you got a better team. I think you could just have fun. Like, it's pretty low roof of in terms of, like, playing it. Like, you just need to know how to play a shooter and you just come in and blast up. You don't have to be incredibly talented or skilled, and you just kind of have fun just mowing down enemies and having these, like, huge explosive bits go everywhere. Which to me is very, very aesthetically satisfying. This game has a very, very satisfying visual style and, like, gameplay loop to it. It looks great. It really does. Seriously, they nailed this. Same with, like, the damage to, like, the enemies. Seeing them kind of get all smashed up here, smooshed. It's great. I actually ran out of ammo. That's funny. I guess I got a pistol too. And then it is crazier as you get to harder enemies and then more difficulty stuff. Like, you'll have to revive your teammates to keep everyone alive. Maybe throw some extra supplies for people too. Seems like our team's defending this spot. Sometimes we defend on this map. I noticed the streets. This is actually the first time I've had a team sit here, I think, in this spot the whole time. Usually, you know, maybe you start here and you go into the factory or the facility or go down. Usually it's the main street. You just sit outside the main street and kind of defend it. But yeah, they've definitely got an interesting team. I mean, everyone's going to interpret a map a little bit differently. And then you can have, like, different turrets you use. Ah, there's all kinds of good stuff in this. Yeah, usually right here we just defend and we fight in this open square and have the turrets do a lot of the work. But these guys are, you know, tackling it how they want to, which is kind of cool. I think they nailed this, honestly. This is a lot of fun. Like, it's immediately just sold me on the experience. I'm like, yeah, this is really impressive, beta-wise. I'm gonna go for overclocked crazy weapon. Sure, why not? I think we're in the last round, something like that. Oh, look at that thing, big lasers. It looks like something out of Fallout. Just shows the universe kind of progressing too, I guess, because from what I remember, the first game was, you know, it's been quite a long time. Like, sort of a British kind of streets, kind of getting all messed up, and then the second one was getting a little bit more futuristic, fixing humanity issues, and this one just seems to be really moving forward timeline-wise into a futuristic setting, and like, I think this is like 2050 or something. I think there was a sign somewhere that said that year or whatever like that, but yeah, this was really neat as these mutation things keep growing, and there we go, the Impaler. So it's the big boss wave, so you'd survive against these guys, and the match would end if you survive. Or you could fail, you know, you could fail at any wave. Everything falls apart, but this is the general structure. There's other little wave structures and new mutation type things, like they mix it up. It's simple, but yet complex, and it's just fun. It's something where it's like, hey, you know, I want to spend like 20 minutes, half an hour doing like a run of it with a group of your buddies and then, or random people, and then you're done, right? And then you just play another match, or you take a break, or whatever. That's kind of what the series is great for. It's easy, enjoyable, wild, over-the-top carnage, and I love it. And hopefully the full release lives up to the fun beta, and I'm hoping that I will be covering that and checking it out and talking about it in the near future. But it looks great, PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, Killing Floor 3.